Welcome back to our online lessons. Miss Esraa with you, and I am going to be your math teacher for our lesson today. Today we will take lesson 58, which is talking about addition and subtraction word problems. In this lesson, I am going to share a word problems with you, and I will also discuss the different problem solving strategies that I use. So let's get started. Sometimes the word problem will ask you to add without using the word add. How can we know that? Let's see. You will search in the word problem about the key words, okay, that tell you need to add. These words are all together, both, in all, and, total, sum, add, and the last one is join. So when we see one of these words in any problems, we decide that we will use addition in this problem. So all these words are addition key words, okay? Here we will see some key words of subtractions that tell us that we will use subtraction in these problems. Let's see. Subtraction keywords: subtract, difference, left, take away, how many less, how many more, remain, lost. Here we have more than one word that tell us that we will use subtraction in our word problem. So when we see one of these words in any problems, we decide that we will use subtraction in this problem, okay? Here we have steps to know how to solve word problems in 3 simple steps. The first step is to read the problem carefully and decide what the question is asking. So we will read the problem 2 times or more, and then we underline or circle keywords and numbers. Step number 2, we will decide what strategy could you use to find the missing information, and we will decide if we can use addition and if we will use subtraction. The third step is to solve by write a number sentence and solve the problem. Let's take the first word problem in our lesson. Here we have a word problem. There are 2 local high schools in the same town. One school has 2,432 students, and the other has 1,724 students. How many students at both schools? Here, to solve this problem, we must remember the 3 steps that help us to solve any word problems. At first, we will read the problem carefully and then Circle the keywords and underline the numbers. So let's read this problem carefully again. There are two local high schools in the same town. One school has 2,432 students, and the other has 1,724 students. How many students at both schools? As you can see here, we have two local high schools. One of them has 2,432 students, and the other has 1,724 students. I want to get the number of students in both schools. Here we can notice the keyword both that tells us that we will use addition in this problem. At first, it's better to write the place value names above the digits as usual. And then we align or line up numbers to be added with digits of the same place value exactly above each other. And then to get the sum, let's start from ones. So 2 plus 4 equals 6. Let's move to tens place. 3 plus 2 equals 5. Let's move to hundreds place. 4 plus 7 equals 11. But here we will write 1 and carry 1 over to the next place because we can't write more than one digit in each place. So we carry 1 over to, as you can see right here, in the next higher place, which is 1,000. And then we move to 1,000 place to get the sum of their digits. 1 plus 2 equals 3. 3 plus 1 equals 4. So here, the number of students in both schools equals 4,156 students. Let's take another one. A market sells 425 apples in 1 week and 342 apples the next week. How many apples have been sold in total? Do you notice any keyword here? Yes, we find here in our problem the keyword in total that tell us that we will use addition in this problem. So here we are going to add these two numbers, 425 and 342. As usual, we start by writing the place value names, as you can see right here, ones, tens, hundreds. And then we will line up numbers to be added with digits of the same place value exactly above each other. Then to get the sum, let's start adding ones. Here in ones, we have 5 and 2. So 5 plus 2 equals 7. Let's move to tens. 2 plus 4 equals 6. Let's move to hundreds. We have here 4 and 3. 4 plus 3 equals 7. So the market sells 767 apples in total. Let's move to the next one. farmer plants 429 trees in a plantation. He cuts down 315 of the trees. How many trees are left? As you can see in this picture, a farmer plants in a plantation and then he cuts down 315 from them, as you can see here. When we cutting down the trees, we can find that the number of trees will decrease. So here we will use subtraction in this problem. And to make sure that we will use subtraction in this problem, let's search for the keyword that help us to decide what we will do, addition or subtraction. Here we can find the keyword left that tells us we will use subtraction in this problem. Okay, so at first we will write the place value names as usual above the digits. We have here ones, tens, and hundreds. In subtraction, we start with the biggest number, which is 429 here, and then we will take away the smallest number, which is 315 from it, as you can see here. To get the difference between these two numbers, let's start subtracting ones at first. Here in ones, we have 9 and 5. 9 minus 5 equals 4. Let's move to tens. We have here in tens 2 and 1. 2 minus 1 equals 1. Let's move to hundreds. 4 minus 3 equals 1. So there are 114 trees left. Let's take another one. Hannah had 9,874 pounds to spend. She bought a new laptop for 6,500 pounds and a mobile for 3,016 pounds. How much money was left with her? So here Hannah bought a laptop for 6,500 pounds and a mobile for 3,016 pounds, as you can see right here. The total money with Hannah before she buy a mobile and a laptop was 9,874 pounds. Okay, and then here I want to get the money left with her after buying a mobile and a laptop. In this problem, we will do two steps to get the answer, not only one step as we do in the last problems. Here in this problem, this type of problems is called two-step word problems. And to solve a two-step word problem, we will use both addition and subtraction in order to get the answer. So the first step in this problem is to use addition at first to get the total money of mobile and laptop. And then in the second step, we will use subtraction. So at first, we will write the place value names as usual: ones, tens, hundreds, and thousands. And then get the total price of mobile and laptop using addition. So hereafter, align the digits to be exactly above each other. Let's get the sum starting from the ones digit. Here in ones we have 0 and 6. 0 plus 6 equals 6. Let's move to tens place. We have here 0 and 1. 0 plus 1 equals 1. Let's move to hundreds. We have here 5 and 0. 5 plus 0 equals 5. Let's move to thousand. We have here 6 and 3. So 6 plus 3 equals 9. So the total price of mobile and laptop is £9,516. In the second step, we will use this number, which is 9,516, to know how much money was left with Hannah. Because we have in our problem the keyword left, then we will use subtraction in the second step. So we will subtract 9,516 from 9,874 pounds to know how much money was left with Hannah. In the second step, we start by write the place value names above the digits as usual, ones, tens, hundreds, and thousands. And then we will line up the numbers to be subtracted with digits of the same place value exactly above each other, as you can see right here. And then to get the difference, we start subtracting ones. Okay, we have here 4 minus 6. It doesn't work as 4 is less than 6. So we will borrow 1 from the next higher place, which is tens. Okay, now cross out 7 and write 6. Add the 1 we borrowed as 10 to 4 to get 14. Okay, now we can subtract the ones. Here we have 14 minus 6, which is equal 8. Let's move to tens. Here we have 6 minus 1, not 7 minus 1. We have here 6 minus 1 equals 5. Let's move to hundreds. 8 minus 5 equals 3. And let's move to the thousand. 9 minus 9 equals 0. And 0 on the left is meaningless, so we can drop it. So at the end, we find that the money left with Hannah was £358. Let's take another one. Salma had 699 crayons. She gave her sister 54 crayons and gave her friend Soha 45 crayons. How many crayons was left with Salma? This problem is called two-step word problem. And to solve this problem, we will use both addition and subtraction to get the answer. So the first step in this problem is to use addition to get the total crayons with Soha and Salma's sister. So at first, we will write the place value names as usual to help us to align the digits below them. We have here ones and tens. And we will start writing the number of crayons with Salma's sister at first, and then we add to this the number of crayons with Suha to get the total number of crayons with Suha and Salma's sister. To get the sum, we start adding ones digits. Here we have in ones 4 and 5. 4 plus 5 equals 9. Let's move to tens. In tens we have 5 and 4. So 5 plus 4 equals 9. Okay. In the second step, we will use this number, which is 99, to subtract it from the total number of crayons, because here we have a keyword left. So we will use subtraction in the second step. Okay. So in the second step, we will subtract 99 from 699. At first, as usual, we will write the place value names as usual, and then we will line up the numbers to be subtracted exactly above each other. As you can see right here, we will write 699 at first, then we will subtract 99 from it. And then to get the difference, we start subtracting ones at first. In ones here we have 9 minus 9, which is equal 0. Let's move to tens digits. We have here 9 minus 9 equals 0. Let's move to hundreds. We have here 6. And we haven't here any number below 6. So we will bring down 6 to the answer to get 600. So the crayons left with Salma was 600 crayons. Okay, that's all what we have in our lesson today. And now it's time to solve this example by yourself as it's your homework. And at the end, I wish all best wishes for you. Thank you, my dear students, and goodbye.